All right, so this is another recorded before I actually go to Richmond video, similar to what I did in Wilmington, because this trip, is planned weeks in advance, so I have time to get stuff beforehand online, and it's just the way I kind of like doing it right now. As you can see, I have not one, but two shirts, two hats, two media guides, which a lot of teams do not sell them, so whenever I can get my hands on media guides, I do, and cards as well. So yeah, let's get into this. So the first one I have shirt I have is just basic. This is my main Richmond shirt, Flying Squirrels baseball. San Francisco Giants of tomorrow, San Francisco's logo, and I got a second shirt because I love anniversary years. And also, this is the final year of this stadium. I don't know um, if it's entirely its last year, but it's the last years of their main tenants, aka the Flying Squirrels, playing there. They're moving to a new stadium next year, and it also happens to be their 40th anniversary. So I wanted this as well. You see the stadium and stuff. So pretty cool. Nothing on the back or anything to show. The hats. I have seen Richmond on 3 occasions in the past. They're always the road team, so therefore this is the hat that I saw them wear. Nice red with their main Flying Squirrels logo on the front. I don't plan on getting the home hat because it's the same logo, just black. Um, if you've watched my videos before, if it's the same logo but different color, it doesn't really matter that much to me. One reason for me to get a second hat, even if I've never seen them wear it, is if it has one of like a location thing. I don't know what you call it, but see a big blocky R. But the reason why I got it is because I'm a sucker for the logos that show you where they're from, and that's just something I enjoy. So there's that. These both of these card packs are from 2024. Um, and I guess one of them is just updated. So they're in 2 packs, make you pay double, I guess. I did not see the Flying Squirrels in 2024. However, I was already getting stuff anyway. That's kind of my rule, is that if I'm buying something from a store anyway and they have card packs, I'm getting the card packs regardless. The only reason why I would pass on card packs is if, you know, say the only thing I'm looking for is card packs and the ones that they have are years that I didn't see them. So, it's kind of like an all or nothing sort of deal. If there's no card packs from a year that I've seen and I'm not getting anything else from the store, I pass on it. But if I'm getting just one other thing, it's like, why not? Let's get all the cards. And kind of the same thing with the media guides. Obviously, I'm going to see them in 2025, but they also had 2024. I don't remember what my rule has been in the past. I don't recall genuinely if I've had a situation in the past where there's been media guides from previous years. I feel like somewhere along the line I've passed on it online, but I think though that was another situation kind of like I just mentioned where it's like I wasn't getting anything anyway, so I passed on it, I think. But I do have a very faint memory of maybe passing on on a team's previous year media guide. But anyway, so I don't know if I'm following my own rules with the media guides because I don't remember how I've done it in the past. All I know is that it's pretty rare to have any team publicly sell their media guides, especially at the minor league level. So I took the opportunity and I got both. Whether or not that was my own personal rules that I like to make. I don't remember, but I have 25 and 24. So I'm going to start with the card packs because it is going to take shorter to go through that than all of these. And of course, after this clip is over, there will most likely be other things as well. So this is just kind of to get this stuff out of the way, clean it up before, but have the footage ready to go. And without further ado, because this is going to take a while, we should probably get into this. All right, I will say I have no clue which is the updated pack and which is the original 24 pack. I almost said 24. I don't know which one's the original and which one is the updated. I don't know if we'll even find out, but It's one of them. Alright, so first one we have here is Bryce Eldridge. I have Luis Matos. I have Alric Solier. Blake Sable. Justin Wischkowski. Ryan McKenna. Wade Meckler. Ismail Mungia. Turner Hill. Brandon Martorano. Alan Serta. Brady Whalen. Zach Morgan. Matt Higgins. Diego Velasquez. Andrew Kakel. Seth Corey. Trevor McDonald. Will Bednar. Seth Lonsway. Ben Madison. Cameron Cotter. Colton Ingram. Nick Moriel. Nick Sinicola. Dylan Cumming. Julio Rodriguez. Completely different from the outfielder you probably know from the Mariners. Kyle Cody. Jack Choate. And that's it. I feel like that could have been the updated pack because you didn't have coaches or anything, but you just had players. I feel like that was probably the updated pack. This is more than likely the original. I'm going to pause the video here, though, to open it. Alright, so what I think is the original 2024 pack. Brett Auerbach. Victor Barricado. Hunter Bishop. Vaughn Brown. Damon Dews. Jimmy Glowinski. Carter Howell. Christian Koss. Grant McRae. Jaro Primaris. Dylan Rosario. Adrian Sugasti. Andy Thomas. Luis Toribio. Will Wilson. Logan Wyatt. John Michael Bertrand. Hayden Birdsong. Reggie Crawford. Jose Cruz. Matt Frisbee. Nick Garcia. Evan Gates. Clay Helvey. Will Jensen. Tanner Keast. Ryan Murphy. Tyler Myrick. Matt Olson. Carson Ragsdale. Eric Silva. Nick Swiney. Dennis Pelfrey is manager. Paul Osgura, pitching coach. So sliding. Corey Elizik, hitting coach. Lipso Nava, fundamentals coach, Michelle Kuda, strength and conditioning coach, Tim Weige, athletic trainer. I can't read it. Rolando Marcano. Nutsy and Natasha, the mascots. So there you go. Those are the original and updated 2024 packs. I'm going to start with the newest media guide here. You see a lot of old pictures on the front, which is cool. Old Richmond Braves. I have not looked in here yet. I'm just going to kind of fly through here because it is going to be a long book, but you will see everything. Hopefully without a glare of a light. Did I skip some pages accidentally? I don't know. Oh, cool! It shows uniform combinations to each day. That's interesting. But of course, I'm going on a Thursday, and with the cap, it's like, oh, it could be our primary, or it could be the alternate. We don't know. So I still don't know what they're going to be wearing when I go. I know it is going to be apparently the 1000th game for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Going through the coaching staff, now we're on to the players. And to be honest, this is probably going to be most of the book here. Yeah, sorry I'm silent. I just don't have a lot to talk about. Obviously, they have really fleshed out bios, a lot more than you get on a card for each of these guys here. They get a whole page each, which is cool, especially, you know, for these AA guys. Then I think at the bottom sometimes they're just kind of random things. Like I saw Squirrels Around the World, which I assume is, you know, all the countries where these current players are from. And these are alphabetical order. We are into the W's, so we should be getting close to the end of the players here soon. Okay, history and records. There you go. And this team is only 15 years old, so it did start in 2010. All-time roster here. So you have the all-time roster by, I guess, alphabetical order, and now you also have it, the same list, I think, but numerical. A bunch of guys who are in the majors, no hitters from, I guess, from all of Richmond, because I see like 1884. Is that the Richmond Spiders? Or is that the current? That's like a current college team, right? Well, where were the Cleveland Spiders? Was it Cleveland? Where was the like 1800s Spiders team from in the major leagues? Ugh. These pages are kind of annoying. There we go. Eastern League here, just in general, shows all the other teams, many of which I've been to. I always like doing this with the Eastern League, even though no one else will care. Just because I've been to so many Eastern League teams, stadiums. Akron and Altoona, Banton, not the Bay Sox, not Erie yet. Harrisburg I have. These two I have not. Reading, yes. Portland, no. And Patriots, of course, yes. Giants organization. San Francisco Giants. Oh, here's the rest of them. I was gonna be like, where's the rest of them? Sacramento, Eugene, San Jose, Arizona, Dominican League. Then general information. There's the I don't know if this looks like such a retro stadium logo. I don't know if it really is retro or if it's like this still the one that they use to this day. I don't know. Radio and the broadcasters. And then the schedule on the back here. So, now we're on to last year's. Richmond Flying Squirrels 2024. And it's going to be, for the most part, the same thing. A few different names. More than a few, probably. Their uniform guide, from what I can tell, didn't really seem to change from last year to this. You know, no real reason for it to change, I guess. And here we go. Maybe, like I said, maybe some of the same names. Probably some decent amount of different names. Minor leagues is like a revolving door with rosters. Get you a better angle there because there's like a glare on the top there. There we go. I feel like it was out of focus basically that whole time until right now. This, I tell you, it's really hard to get focus sometimes. You know, when I'm out doing these videos in stadiums, it's really not that bad. It's pretty easy for it to autofocus. But when I'm making these videos, it's just tough sometimes. I see squirrels around the world again. We're still going here with this. See a lot of pictures of Eugene Emeralds as well. It is always odd. The San Francisco organization, their minor leagues. Obviously, most of them are West Coast. The only one that's not is Richmond. And of course, Colorado is the same way with Hartford. We're on to the history and records section again. And I see, just looking at the team pictures, this is probably in the last one. They're probably the same pictures, but I just noticed it this time. VCU baseball, I believe they also still use it. The local college in Richmond. Here we are, the all-time roster again. I'm sure, you know, roughly the same. And then numerical. And then Flying Squirrels in the majors, I'm sure, is identical. Maybe a few additions between 24 and 25, but, you know, the broad list is probably the same. You know, records and stuff. Opening day records. I noticed that's something I've never really thought about, but it seems like it's a big thing. Every time I see media guides, they have a whole section for like, this is our record on opening day. And that's something I've never really thought about too much personally. The only changes here, the teams, is Bowie renamed themselves to Chesapeake this year, as you saw. Other than that, no real changes in the teams. Giants organization, I don't think should be any different. Yeah. Attendance information about stadium. And they do use that logo still. Okay, so I guess it's, I would assume that's the logo that they've just always used since the 80s. It's a very 80s looking logo. And they just, you know, no real reason to change it, I suppose, but they just didn't ever change it. But yeah, that is it for this video. Almost 20 minutes. This is why I wanted to get this stuff out of the way now. Obviously, when you're watching this, it'll all be one video between this stuff and whatever I actually do get at the game. But this was a lot of stuff that I just wanted to get out of the way, and that's what I did. So yeah, that is it for me. I will see you probably in a few seconds.
Alright, so this is the rest of everything gotten from the Richmond Flying Squirrels versus the Harrisburg Senders on May 29th, 2025. Let's start with the thing that I can get rid of pretty quickly is just a printed ticket. You've all seen it before. It is what it is. Here it is, and there it goes. And now for all the branded Richmond stuff. I'm going to start with the giveaway because I think that's the coolest, most unique thing. Of course, I choose now to have hiccups for some reason. But yeah, celebrating 1,000 Flying Squirrels games. I attended the 1,000th game. Now I'm sure somebody is selling this for like $30 on eBay, but I actually was here at the 1,000th game. I think that's really cool to have something that's unique to that night that they gave out like this. It was not planned for me to specifically be at the 1,000th game. It just really worked out like that, and that is, for someone like me that cares about the history of every team and everything, I think that's that's really cool that it worked out like that. We got the souvenir beer cup. Not they didn't have a souvenir cup for soda, which is what I usually get. This is a beer cup, although it is very, very sturdy for a beer cup as well. Can see one of their logos, the acorn logo with the R in front of it, stitching on the side, and then, do it again on the other side of the cup. We have the pocket schedule here. You see the 15th anniversary logo and the 40th anniversary logo of the stadium. I think I saw the area code. Is that their area code, 804? That's usually what that means. Hold on a second. We are working on the pocket schedule here. It's like stuck. There we go. Okay, so featured promos below, and there's all your promos. 2025 season schedule. So here's CarMax Park starting in 2026. They did not sponsor the diamond or anything. I guess it doesn't make sense to for how, 1-2 years, however long it's been since they've announced that they're building a new ballpark. But the diamond is still the diamond. There you go. So, yeah. So I was just curious about that. I didn't know if this was like a special pack just for like historical nights or what. But yeah, so there you go. That's the pocket schedule. It's this one for whatever reason is not cooperating, so I can't do what I normally do and fold it with one hand because look at it. But here is the free program they still give out called the Nutshell. Edition 5 of 13. I guess that means they make one every week they have a homestand. And yeah, let's just go through this. There's your homestand lineup. Here's your seating chart that you already saw in the pocket schedule, a letter from ownership. Every program has that. And a little, is this an interview or I haven't read through this yet. It's either an interview or just an overview. I think it's more of an overview of the manager. Yeah, it has to be because here's one for every other coach on the team. They go through everyone. That's cool. And then here's your roster on these pages. And here's a little article. Food map. And how to score. Thanks, but I think I'm good. Another little article. Here's all the Eastern League right here. And yeah, more stuff. Like I said, sometimes I try to read through it before making a video. I just didn't do that this time. So my commentary is lackluster. Not that it's ever not, but anyway, that is it for this video. As I mentioned in the intro, I will try to now have a slide. If you're watching the full video, I will now try to have like a slideshow of all the pictures I took. Maybe not every single one, but a lot of the pictures I took of the stadium, just because I want to have those pictures online for posterity. Is that the word posterity, right? Anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, I want to have all those images online, especially when the stadium is gone. I just think it's a cool thing to archive and have online for anyone if they are interested. So, yeah, that is it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.